Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, The kingdom of God cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, Lo here, or Lo there, but behold, the kingdom of God is within you. Isaiah 32. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment.
Because, hey, man, we angels too. We're just wrapped in this flesh, but we have that angelic spirit within us, man. The difference between an angel and us, they don't have the flesh. They're already perfected, okay? They're spirits of fire. That spirit is within these earthen vessels that we hold right now, okay? And we're fighting to get back in that state which we had from before, that glory which we had from before. Only difference is we're going to rule in planet Earth in new flesh. All right, so we're going to have those angelic spirits that we have right now in newer sinless flesh. All right, we're going to be perfected as our Lord and Savior Yahushua is perfected, and he's going to rule in the planet Earth with 144,000 ruling under him, all being perfected in perfect flesh with the angelic spirits, with angelic power. Okay?
But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel, and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind, and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of there. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. All right, so just going into another news, all right, and prophecies, all right, dealing with war, all right, and persecution, okay, because we know, all right, matter of fact, let me start off with this precept and expound on it, lay the foundation, all right, and Barakwa Tawab, to you, Akim, Wa'athium tuning in, Barakwa. All right, going into morning to wild, going into good, so that's the way we say good morning, Bible part to wild. So let's get this in Habakkuk 2 and 3. All right, it says, For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come, it will not tarry. So when we go into prophecies, we know that these things are, each prophecy has an appointed time. Like it's already a time appointed in the future for each prophecy to take place. and be fulfilled. Okay, and all these prophecies, they coincide with each other. There's no prophecy that's isolated, of itself. Every prophecy, ties into the other prophecies, man. So when we see, certain things happening dealing with this prophecy, well, it plays a part in all the rest of the prophecies being fulfilled. Okay. So as we await Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai's second return, okay, that great, all right, victory, that's promised, okay, the deliverance, okay, the reward, the scripture speak about how Yahweh Shai, is coming with their reward, okay. Well, we watch these events because it's leading up to that, the persecution, the hatred that we're going to receive, because of our belief, okay, following the Lamb whithersoever he go. All this for an appointed time when they're going to make moves on brothers, this war that we see happening, all right, these nations, all right, just going at it, all right, to the point to where it's going to go nuclear, all right, and America becoming a desert. You see, Yahweh Shai coming to put down all the militaries of the earth. Well, all these things are appointed, and what we're seeing is these things start to speak more and more. Okay, and these things are starting, all right, to become reality. Not just talking points, but a reality, man. Okay, so as we're commanded to be on our watch, because that's a commandment. Everybody, you know, Jake, put fringes on everything and say, well, we keep the whole law, trying to go get a 100% cotton shirt with fringes on, and we keeping the whole law. Nah, man, a major commandment in these times is being a watchman. Okay, because what's needed? All right, think about it. What's needed? 100% cotton shirt, or men in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah watching what's going on and reporting it, man. All right, to the congregation. Okay, the scriptures speak about a labor of love. Okay, 100% cotton shirt ain't wicked. Okay, but is this something that's essential right now for the times we in? Okay, just to throw that out there. But so what I want to do, I want to get straight into it. I got a couple videos. Now I want to deal with the war. All right, because dealing with World War III, and what's going on, the happenings leading up to this Third World War. All right, that's prophesied in the scriptures. What we have going on is you have two main fronts right now. Okay, so the powder keg, what's going to get everything jumped off is going to be the conflict between the small hats and Iran. Okay, going to fulfill the prophecy, the least of the flock shall draw them out, and the least of the flock being these small hats. All right, or what you will hear referred to as the IDF. All right, the Israeli Defense Force. Okay, and their rivalry that they have with Iran. Okay, in their region, what they call the Middle East. Okay, that's going to draw in all these major superpowers into this war. All right, because war with Iran is war with Russia. War with Russia is war with China. Okay, you have the NATO Article 5. All right, which is going to provoke all these EU nations to come to the defense, because America is going to get involved. All right, to protect those small hats. And according to the Article 5, these NATO nations, they have to, come to the aid of America. All right, which we know in prophecy, they're going to turn, they're going to flip on America, man. Okay, so we know that the powder keg, all right, is in that region. All right. Now, the reason why we keep up what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, because it's all connected. Okay. And Russia, is coming forth. Russia is going to make its way to their region of the earth. Okay, as the scriptures say, that Russia will be brought forth. Okay, they're gonna put hooks in their jaws, man. It's prophecy that's bringing Russia forth. So, um, just to go into what's playing out right now, all right, because like I said, Russia plays a major part. God, going into Magog, all right, Revelation, okay, Ezekiel 38, all right, I will raise up the Medes, Isaiah 13. Russia, is all over the place. Russia plays a very important role, okay, in prophecy, so we keep up with how Russia is moving, okay. Now, let's go here just to see what's the latest happening with um with Russia and Ukraine. Okay, because it's getting hot, and it's getting to the point to where those EU nations, now they're fearing that they're going to have to get directly involved in the conflict with Russia because Ukraine, was used as a tool to try to, weaken Russia's military, to try to weaken Russia's economy, to try to weaken the morale, of the Russian citizens, to cause an uproar against the Russian government. But in fact, it's been the exact opposite. Okay, you have up to 30,000 men joining the Russian military. Okay, a day, I mean a month. 30 plus thousand men a month are joining Russia's military, man. Okay, so it has the exact opposite effect of what the West, envisioned for Ukraine. They knew Ukraine couldn't beat Russia. All right. And Russia, okay, they could have cleared the map with Ukraine, all right, in the day. But there's a lot of Russian civilians in Ukraine. So that's why they're strategically, moving as a special military operation and not just, laying Ukraine flat, because pretty much Russia is absorbing Ukraine to itself. Okay. And as Ukraine is almost completely, militarily defeated, these Western nations are like, damn, we gonna have to get directly involved with this nigga, man. Dealing with Putin. Okay. And what's happening with this guy Zelensky, all right, the president of Ukraine, because when things go bad, all right, you always need a scapegoat. And he's pretty much, all right, being uh, he's pretty much, all right, being used as a scapegoat of this fiasco that went wrong. Okay, so what you have is potential in Poland. There was so-called a assassination attempt on Zelensky in Poland. Okay, so now the West is trying to blame Russia, but Russia, said, look, we had nothing to do with that. All right, and pretty much what had happened, just like you watch these movies, when the CIA, okay, or British, I think it's MI6, if I'm saying the right, M6, which is the pretty much the British, okay, form of the CIA, okay, but you see in the movies, when certain men that they use, all right, certain men that they'll use for a purpose, and once their purpose is done or they fail at their purpose, they'll get rid of it. Okay, they'll get rid of that what they call an asset, because you can be an asset for the Secret Service, but then you become a liability. Okay, and what they'll do, all right, hey, they'll clean you up. So you can have a lot of things happening. It's a possibility that the CIA is trying to get rid of this guy. It's a possibility that because he has a lot of generals and military men that's against him for what he's doing, because he's pretty much just throwing them to the slaughter. He's pretty much just throwing his military to the slaughter, okay, via the instructions of the West. But he's going to be the scapegoat, all right? And that's how the West do you, man, on every level. The West, they'll pump you up, they'll give you money, they'll give you resources, they'll make you this celebrity, on their media, they make you this hero, okay? But then when they go bad, all right, now All right, you're being hunted down. Okay, so you have the Ukrainian president, pretty much he's becoming, all right, a target, for assassination, man. Okay, so this guy, he's going to talk about what's going on over there, and like I say we'll address these things, as it goes, just to sum up what was going on, in this video, just to get to the point. All right. Um, so yeah, let's let it play.
Of course, we're approaching this end of his term, and then the elections are suspended. What do you think is going to happen over the next few weeks with Zelensky? Will he be replaced? Will he be exiled? Will he be ousted? What's your sense of that?
Well, let's go back to what Medvedev said. We don't kill leaders. We're not going to assassinate people who are in office. When Zelensky's office expires, his legal term expires, that caveat no longer applies. I think at that point the Russians could kill him, could take him out and take out his government, because from their standpoint it would be viewed, he's no longer a legitimate president. He has become an interloper, a tyrant, and so therefore he would be fair game.
So basically, Russia was like, look, we don't kill heads of state. We don't kill government officials. Okay. But Zelensky suspended the Ukrainian election this year. All right. And tried to make himself, default president again. All right. But you have people in his military bucking up against that, citizens bucking up against that. And Russia said they're not going to see him, all right, as president come May 21st. After May 21st, he will be no longer considered a president. And that's, all right, that's going to pretty much take their hedge off of him. And he can become, all right, a target now. He can become a military target for Russia now. Okay? And Russia, they're not going to send the KGB, which is the Russia, all right, Secret Service. Nah, he going to be a nigga, all right, rolling around, hiding behind, his curtains. Nah, they gonna find out where he at, okay? And they gonna put something on him, man. they gonna put, all right, one of them arrows on him, man. Okay, it's gonna be missile play. They ain't got time to send their men behind enemy lines. Nah, all right, they gonna find out where he at, and the whole area, all right, gonna get leveled. Okay, so Russia's like, look, after the 21st, we don't see this man as president anymore because his term is up. Okay, so it can get interesting. What today is the 12th? Okay, so about nine more days, it can get interesting over there in Ukraine. Just something to look out for. All right, some of them keep talking.
So the military situation on the front is really be the primary thing dictating the upheaval that'll take place in Kiev, because it's not just at one spot. When you look at along that entire 1,000-kilometer line, the Russians are taking one village a day, at least one village a day, moving forward, and it's now
one village a day moving forward. Okay, it's a spirit on Russia to move forward. If a brother can put that, I will put hooks in our jaws. Ezekiel 38. Okay, and bring thee forth. You see? So Russia is taking one village a day, moving forward. Okay, this is where we at, man. All right, it's a spirit. See, the Lord puts a spirit, all right, on whoever to fulfill prophecy, man. Okay, so there's a spirit on Russia to move forward. Even if Russia trying to chill, they can't. Okay, they got to go forward, because all these leaders say, look, we don't want war. Well, look, the Lord want war. Okay? So it's gonna be war. All right? Let's let it play. All right, this is the brother Deshaun 72, Ezekiel 38:3 says, and say, thus saith the Lord, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Okay? And when you go into the word Russia, El Apostle Har goes into it. It goes back to a Hebrew word, Rush Shar, and Rush goes into chief, and Shar goes into prince. Okay? Showing you, hey, the Bible is pinpoint accurate, man. Okay? And it says, there's something missing. I think it's something missing, brother. Yeah, I think it's something missing. Let me see. I'll grab it real quick. Ezekiel 38. I'm gonna get straight to the point. And you're gonna hear this precept come out often, man. Okay? Because it's happening in real time. All right. This is it, I'm not here to amuse you Israelites, All right. Every video ain't gonna be about the nigga woman. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, this is the brother GMS prayer, always hopeful elect. Brother Corner Watch. This is Ezekiel 38:4. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws and will bring thee forth and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. Okay, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, man. So this is a military advancement. Okay, this is the conquering spirit, all right, that the Lord has on, all right, these Russians, man. Okay, and you look at Putin, as we always go into, as the king. All right, so are the people, and you see Putin is a serious, no nonsense guy. All right, and he's extremely intelligent, man. You hear him talk. You listen to that interview with what's that guy, Tucker Carlson? Yeah, the interview you had with Tucker Carlson. Putin is extremely intelligent, man. He has a real alpha male frame. Okay, and you can tell there's a spirit on him, man. All right, to fulfill prophecy, man. Okay, he's extremely strategic. He's ex KJB. Okay, and then the Lord, all right, has Russia moving forth. Okay, and he's gonna keep going into it. All right, so let's listen to it.
It's acquired a momentum like a big rock rolling downhill. And it's not going to stop until they reach Kiev and Odessa. That's where this is headed. And the West is panicked. It has no idea what to do.
I was going to ask you that. What is NATO going to do now? I mean, we saw Macron backing down the other day. And now will NATO back down? Will NATO go home with its tail between its legs or try to continue this? I saw someone, saying the other day that this is going to be like Biden's Vietnam, basically a protracted multi-year funneling of money into this mess for many, many years to come. Do you think that's the case, or NATO goes home with its ball?
No, the foreign minister Lavrov at the foreign ministry laid down on behalf of Putin very clear markers. If those F-16s come into theater, they're dead, because Russia's going to treat them as a nuclear capable threat. That's number one. Number two, the only way NATO could try to intervene, they would have to start mobilizing forces and moving them towards the border of Ukraine. But this is not like the Gulf War, where the United States had 6 months of luxury to, round up troops and send them to Saudi Arabia and put them into bases and run training missions. Russia's not going to allow that. Because they can see that kind of development. So NATO is good at talking, but as we saw with both Macron and Cameron, David Cameron in the UK, that said, "Oh yeah, I encourage the Ukrainians to launch missiles, our missiles, into Russian territory." He backed away from that pretty quick too. The truth is this: NATO can't do anything effectively. They can't.
So, so what you have, all right, the West is supposed to send, all right, Ukrainians, okay, those F-16 fighter jets, okay, which are capable of having nuclear payloads, okay. So Russia is telling the West, look, man, if y'all send them F-16s over here, we're gonna treat them as nuclear threats. So that means they're gonna eliminate them. When he says they're gonna kill them, he's talking about those F-16s. Okay, if they're delivered, okay, wherever they delivered to him, and Putin said wherever they delivered to. So let's just say that they deliver those F-16s, okay, to France. All right, they're going to destroy all of them in France. Okay, let's say they deliver them to Poland. They're going to destroy all of them that get delivered to Poland. Okay, so Russia, all right, and then he spoke about um, the West mobilizing troops to go to Ukraine. Well, like I say, they're not fighting Iraq. See, they can just pull up. You know, when they were fighting Iraq, you know, Desert Storm. Okay, American troops had the luxury of just pulling up, you know, to the different ports, you know, getting off, and you know, they had the luxury of being able to just pull up to these different ports, you know, and mobilize in their region. Well, with Russia, you're not gonna be able to do that because Russia know that it's them versus EU, all these nations. Okay, so they not finna let these people mobilize and just pull up. No, you're not finna pull up nowhere. Okay, anywhere that them troops pull up, they're through. All right, Russia not gonna let y'all just pile up in Ukraine. Okay, on this border, they ain't gonna let those EU nations, American troops, no. Okay, when they start mobilizing, Russia is gonna start eliminating if that happens. Okay, so it's like it could get interesting over there. Like I said, we know it's not gonna go nuclear, you know, until the appointed time. All right, we know that the sea hip, you know, has to be mandated. Okay, but Russia is really on some shit. Like, look, man, you know, we've been trying to be diplomatic, you know, with you guys. You know, we tried to get in, you know, with the Western economy. You pretty much, you know, been treating us like, you know, stepchildren. So look, all right, and we know how y'all play in the West. All right, so look, man, all this mobilizing and you sending F-16, that ain't gonna happen, man. Okay, so you have the F-16. You know, they speculate that they could be showing up in June. Okay, but at the same time, the reason why Russia, you know, hasn't gone forth as much as they wanted to militarily into Ukraine because they have this soft ground over there. That those tanks, you know, those Russian tanks and military vehicles can't cross over until they harden up. And that's supposed to happen in June too. They speculate that the ground is going to be hard enough for those military vehicles to come, you know, further into Ukraine in June. You know, so it can get interesting, man. You know, so I just I believe that there's something, you know, that's to watch. All right, because all this is connected, okay, to what's happening in Gaza. Okay, the rivalry between the small hats and Iran is all connected. You know, so I believe that this is you know, it can get hot. You know, it can get we can see this thing go into another phase. You know, this summer. All right, this year. You know, just speculate. You know, based on what's happening, how things are playing out. All right. So let's do a little bit more of this play, and then we're gonna segue, you know, to the persecution. Okay. Um,
because their entire model is flawed. They're based upon a notion that they're going to have a quick victory, going to be engaged in a peer-to-peer battle of attrition or war of attrition, and they're simply not equipped to carry out such an activity. That's what has been demonstrated over the last 2 years, as we've seen, the failure of the HIMARS, the failure of the ATACMS, the failure of the Leopard tanks, the Challenger tanks, the M1 Abrams. I've been hammering this statistic. Think about this. For every 1 hour of combat operations with the M1 Abrams tank, be in the shop to be fixed for 8 hours. Imagine if you were back in the United States and you're going to take your family on a vacation. You're going to drive from Washington, D.C. down to Orlando to go to Disney World. And that's about a 16-hour trip, 16, 17 hour. So for every hour you're on the road, you're going to have to pull over and get the car repaired for 8 hours. It'd take you 2 weeks to get there. That's NATO right now.
That puts it in stark terms. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
You've been right all along about this. We'll be watching this very closely over the next few days. Seems like we're at a major tipping point moment here. Larry Johnson, great to see you as always. Thanks so much.
Pleasure to be with you. Thanks, Clayton.
Thanks so much, Larry. We really appreciate it.
So basically, he's letting them know, all right, that NATO doesn't even have the capability to deal with Russia. Okay, there's nothing that NATO can do militarily, all right, against Russia. Okay, those EU nations, trash. All right, he just talked about those tanks that can operate 1 hour, then they need 8 hours, all right, of maintenance after that 1 hour operation. Trash. Okay, Russia will mop the floor with all those EU nations. Okay, and the West knows this, man, and they put all this pressure on America, to come save the day. It ain't gonna happen, man. America is finna be the biggest disappointment, okay, the earth has ever seen, man. Okay, because America has been the champion of the West, all right, for a long time. Okay, but now what we're going to see, matter of fact, get a few precepts and then we'll segue. Okay, the scriptures go into these things, man. All right, let's get this in Jeremiah. All right, 49. All right, Jeremiah 49, and started if I started 13, because it all goes back to the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, so like you read Jeremiah 49 and 13, it goes into the result. It goes into, all right, what the Lord's will, what He wants. That's another thing of prophecy. This is what the Lord wants to happen. So as you read prophecy, all right, it goes into, all right, the complete destruction of America, aka, all right, the daughter of Babylon, man. All right. This is Jeremiah 49:13. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the city thereof shall be perpetual waste. And this is the Lord's intentions for America, man. All the news and things that we go into. Well, this is the intentions that the Lord has with everything that's going on. Okay, America completely destroyed. All right, through thermonuclear war, man. Okay, and the chariots. Now, so it speaks about America's destruction, but then it goes into the buildup. All right, what will be the atmosphere that will lead to this, man? Jeremiah 49 and 14. I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her, and rise up to the battle. Okay, so a rumor is a circulating story, and all you hear about these nations, all these nations that we hear about, this anti-West. Okay, all their military is being geared up just to take down America, man. All the preparations of these nations, all right, these heathen nations is geared to take down America, man. Okay, and that's the only thing we're hearing. They missile, you go into their missile program. Well, they gauge their missiles based off if they can reach America or not. Okay, so we see, all right, that there's a revolting, all right, against America, man, against the West. Okay, and America being the whore that rides on the beast. Okay, NATO and the EU, you see, they aiming to knock their whore off their beast, man. Okay, verse 15: For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Is this not happening, man? Okay, the small hats play a major part of America being despised because they're constantly backing those small hats and their wickedness. So they play a part in it. Okay, these people are becoming greatly despised, man. Okay, the West in general. It said, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock. Yeah, because America, all right, has just been able to dominate the earth militarily, man. Okay, which produces pride, and pride produces what? Recklessness, man. Okay, pride also makes you overconfident, man. Okay, because one thing about America used to just be able to speak things and nations stand down. But now, all right, hey, the American, okay, the American credibility is waning. Okay, the fact that you got the Houthi rebels, all right, interfering with, trade routes, okay, shipping, okay, over there in the Red Sea, shows you, look, that American invincibility is fading. All right, their bravado is fading, man. It says, "O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence," saith the Lord, man. And we finna watch, all right, this whole beast system be brought to naught, and America be wiped off the map. All right, verse 17. Also, Edom shall be a desolation, and everyone who abides shall be astonished and shall hiss at the plagues thereof, man. Okay, America the Great, a desert. All right, America the Great Desert. That's what it's going to be, man. Okay, and like I say, the American military, has been able to just dominate the earth, man. Okay, but it's coming to an end. This is Jeremiah 50 and all right 22. All right. Matter of fact, all right. This is Jeremiah 50 and 21. It says, "Go up against the land of Merathaim, all right, even against it and against the inhabitants of Peacock, waste and utterly destroy after them, said the Lord, and do according to all that I have commanded thee," man. So everyone is marching to the command of the Most High, man. Whether on the left hand or right hand, everybody is marching to the Lord's commands, man. Okay, and this book is letting you know what's your assignment. All right, and go up to the land of Marathon, what you go into it, and that's another thing, man. America is getting judged for its wickedness, man. Okay, you go to the word in the Hebrew, all right, it's Marathayam, okay, which what? Double, okay, double rebellion, man. All right, and that's the theme of America is rebellion against righteousness, man. on every level. Okay, and you go into this word Pakad, all right. What is it? All right, all right, which is Pakwahad, all right. In the Hebrew, it goes to what? Visitation, a visitation. All right, so there's going to be a visitation on this double rebellion that's in the earth, man, and it's going to be through missiles, man, from these other nations. Okay, and the chariots, all right, via Yahushua, man. All right, it says a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction, and what we're hearing is war drums. Okay, it says how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Okay, so how is this superpower of the earth? How is this bully of the earth cut asunder, man? Okay, because it's the will of the Lord. All right, because we can get into the the technicalities and the war, analysis, and the different military hardware and capabilities. We can get into those things. Okay, it's cool to know those things, but ultimately it's because it's the will of the Lord at the end of the day. Okay, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord, man. That double rebellion. Okay, and you get America, it's the land of just pure rebellion in the earth, man. It's just the spirit of rebellion. Okay, I think you had brothers had posted. You had this nigger pastor, announcing his church. The first gentleman. You know how the pastor will have a first lady, his wife, but this nigga done introduced the church to a first gentleman, man. Okay, rebellion, man. This is why nukes are coming over here, man. Okay, all right, to make a speedy riddance. Now let's segue here. I want to go to the persecution that's coming, and we know dealing with let me see, I think it's here. All right, so it's the same podcast from Redacted, but
Posted hate speech on.
here you go. So we know, the small hats, passed the bill, anti-sim, they make, pretty much it's illegal, to criticize their wickedness pretty much. All right. And Canada, has been a platform to where they've been very draconian, with with the government. Okay, the government has been very draconian towards the people. You go to the lockdown measures they had and different things. All right, but so this is what they got going on in Canada. He's going to go into it. All right, and we'll expound on it. And we know that ultimately their aim, all right, they want to get rid of all uh, criticism against their wickedness. They want to get rid of all talking points against their agenda. But we know ultimately their main aim is the prophets, man. Okay, so let's let this play.
Well, Canada is ready to imprison anyone who's ever posted hate speech online, thanks to Justin Trudeau's Orwellian new law, the Online Arms Bill C-63. But according to Revolver News, the real gotcha in this bill is the alarming retroactive piece of this legislation, something we haven't talked about. Essentially, whatever you've said in the past can now be weaponized against you right now in the present. Even if it was 5-10 years ago, it doesn't matter. Elon Musk tweeted this. This sounds insane if accurate. Community notes, please check it out. Anyway, Ottawa's own independent journalist, David Creighton, joins us now. David, you've written more on this harms bill than just about anyone I know. So welcome back to the show, David. Good to see you.
Nice to be back, Clayton. You know, I call this bill, the Online Harms Act, I call this the bill that keeps on giving, or maybe that should be taking, because the more you look at this bill, the more you discover there's unseen, unnoticed portions of it. In this latest episode here, we all missed this. I must say, I have not noticed this. And here we are, Elon Musk is noticing that all of this information, and myself, I've been producing material for 25 years or more. Now, most of this is still online. And because all of these media outlets I work for keep it archived and they keep it online. I can find material I wrote for the Daily Caller 8 years ago is still online. Stuff I wrote for other media outlets. Now, is any of this going to be deemed or assessed as hate speech? Well, it certainly wasn't at the time.
Right.
And I always bent over backwards to be careful about the words I used. However, we live in a crazy age where anything can be construed as hate speech. And under this law, it's clear that's going to happen. So is this going to have a chilling effect on people? Are they going to suddenly look into their archives and is there anything I can delete? This is totally nonsensical, Clayton. This is a monstrous dragnet is how I would describe this. People are going to be forced to go over their material and say, did I say something wrong 15 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Is it going to be subject to assessment by this hate speech tribunal, by this online censorship czar that the Online Harms Act creates? Do I need to worry about this? Am I going to be so worried about this I won't be able to produce material today?
Right.
Am I going to be worried about it?
That's a great point, right? It's a tapping of resources. So, and I imagine that the people that they will start to look at most vehemently are the people that they deem to be extremists, like the trucker convoy people or the opposition party, the people that would support a Pierre Poilievre, or those individuals in Canada. Those are the people they would start to go back and start to look through their information on this. So I should point out, Elon Musk asked for community notes on this, and he got them. Here it is. Readers added context. Part 3 of Bill C-63, which is still at first reading stage, is not yet law. Of course, we know that. It adds to the Canadian Human Rights Act, quote, a person communicates or causes to be communicated hate speech so long as the hate speech remains public and the person can remove or block access to it. So in other words, the way that I'm reading that is, David, you have an opportunity to go through and clean stuff up. And if you do that, you'll be okay. If you go back and you're going to spend 70 days going through all of your archives, you're not going to produce anything new for the next 70 days, the next 100 days. You're going to go through all of your past writings. You're going to see if you've said anything that the Trudeau government could deem as hate, and you can remove it. If you can't remove it, then it's there, and what can they do to you? We don't know. It's still kind of a nebulous, answer here, right?
Well, exactly. And where do I begin and where do I end? But that's the point of all this. It's to make people so obsessed with the words they use, not only today, but 10 or 15 years ago, that they're not going to have the ability to produce material today. And they're going to be completely stymied. This is the objective of this bill, is to stop people from writing and from thinking. And we've been so focused on the thought crimes component of this bill. That's been the most marketable in terms of the opposition to this. When I talk about this bill, I get glassy-eyed people sometimes because they're saying, this can't be real. When I say, did you know there's a thought crimes component? Oh, that's interesting. Sounds like George Orwell. Sounds like 1984. That's what people have been talking about. And I think that's what Trudeau really wants.
So yeah, man. Pretty much. All right. They call it Holmes law. All right, which not only can you okay, be charged, for doing something recently. They can go back into your archives and charge you with something that you said, all right, years ago. You know, now it wasn't hate speech. When you produced the material 3 years ago, but now under this law, they can just go back and deem something that was said years ago as hate speech, and then all right, if we if this goes in effect, all right, hey, it's over. Okay. Hey, and all this is leading, to the famine of the word, which is all these prophecies tie in together, man. All these prophecies tie in together. Okay. And all right, because brothers have toned down, but they go back to the old videos and and they'll, hey, that fiery spirit, because brothers, move more scholarly now. Brothers, going to the news and going to different things, but it was a time when it was fire and brimstone, you know, our brothers was teaching, man. Okay. But at the end of the day, it has to happen, so we not, upset, we know this nigga not gonna be fair. All right, let's get this real quick. Okay, but these things have to happen. All right, it said Amos 8 and 11, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. So it's the Lord that's causing these things to happen, man. Okay, putting the spirit on these devils, all right, to be unreasonable, okay, to be hypocritical, all right, to make the laws are going to be crazy, to expect more crazy, unfair, unrighteous, laws to be enforced, okay, because it's to the point now the devil is just making up anything, to get to the next phase of his agenda of the NWO, man. All right, and this word has to be removed. Okay, and the Lord, all right, is going to allow it. All right, for the sake of prophecy, man. And they shall wonder, verse 12, Amos 8 and 12 from the brother beyond Yashala, Amos 8 and 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. Okay, yeah, man, because the Lord is this ministry ain't forever. Okay, but the ministry, you're not gonna have the privilege, okay, to come and get these instructions, okay, to come get these lessons and come get, informed about what's going on, man. That's why, hey, we should be like a sponge absorbing these things, man. And this is why we should be living what we teach, to where this is who we are, okay? Because when the internet is shut down, it's gonna be about what have we become during this grace period. Okay, are we rooted? Do we sincerely believe? Are we willing? Have we counted the cost? The death, is a part of it. Okay, do we understand that the straight gate gonna be uncomfortable like this? That's what's gonna count. All right, when the internet down. Okay, and if you spent this grace period entertaining gimmicks, okay, and you were just here to see, the debates, and all right, it's gonna show, man. Okay, and we all have to pray, to endure, all right, the straight gate, man, not to be offended. All right, so I want to get this one last video. This is from the brother, um, Elder Mawatazak out there in Cali. All right, the elder brother, all right, head of the camp, and it's something that happened, and I think it was he's going to say, all right, but yeah, man, he's going to go into something that these devils can spin, okay, and we don't know if it's set up or not, but we're just watching, man. Okay, we're just watching, so he's going to go into it, the incident that happened, all right, in North Carolina, in Charlotte, and it's the spirit, because I had, a passenger, I was driving to the airport, and he told me about this incident, you know, and I didn't know if it was a Jake or not, because I ain't, he was telling me about this incident that happened, And the brother did a lesson on. I'm like, man, that's heavy. But he was telling me because he's from the city where this happened at. And he was telling me he told me this a few days before the brother did the lesson on it. And I was like, man, Lord speaking, man. So I'm gonna play this, all right, and he's gonna go into it, all right, and we'll get a few more precepts and close out.
Bahasham, Racha HaKodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four winds of the earth that believe wholeheartedly in this true doctrine that's being pushed throughout the four winds of the earth for in hope of mercy and salvation, right, in these last seconds of these last days. This will be real quick. This is basically developing news. The shooting that took place yesterday in Charlotte, where I think it was like 8 total officers were hit. 4 of them have died. I think there's a couple in the hospital that's fighting for their lives right now, and the other one's just sustained, non-life-threatening injuries. You know, the story's still developing. Esau's he's basically, getting ready to doctor this thing up, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised if Esau bring out that he was a part of a radical BHI group. All right. If you don't know what BHI is, look it up. All right. And this is the type of shit we've been saying for all you other groups out there that's been out there with the blickies and you know what I'm saying, all that camp with that thing on you. Cause look at dude's face. He look like he could be in the camp. You know what I'm saying? Just first looking. And Esau is the master of deception. All right. That's his blessing. Part of his blessing is to deceive. All right. And Esau lost some of his comrades, and he lost some U.S. Marshals at that. You don't think Esau finna take advantage of this crisis? All right. What's the saying say? What's the saying? How's the saying go? Never let a good crisis go to waste. All right. So don't be surprised if Esau, as this story continues to be uncovered and unfolded, don't be surprised if he throw that in there. All right. You got to remember, man. We're gonna be looked at as enemies of the state, so to speak. We already are, but we're they can't do anything against us because we haven't done we don't get down the way he would like us to get down, which is how this thing did. Supposedly, first report said that he was from the Philippines. All right. And they said it was multiple shooters. When you read the article from CNN from yesterday, when you read that article, it said there was multiple shooters, but the only ones that was in the house after they killed him was 2 women. All right. So he finna I believe this devil finna use this in to his advantage. You know what I'm saying? In order for him to start that persecution heavy on the Israelites out there. All right. Because we all in the same category. All right. But it's all going to be based upon who Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is what that this devil won't be able to you know, to shake, so to speak.
Hmm. So yeah, man. All right, and then, so we'll watch, these things unfold. All right, and that's so it's the elder brother Mwatazar out of the L.A. camp out in Cali. All right, and this is the link to that video. You can watch the rest of it. The brother, he's always giving good information. Edifying, spiritual brother. Humble brother. I was able to meet the brother when I went out to Cali. Beautiful spirit, humble spirit. But yeah, that's the link. If you're not subscribed to the elder channel, subscribe and be edified. But yeah, man. So we watching this, man. Esau, the propaganda. Brother can put that definition for propaganda up there, Bob Shah. Okay, we know, all right, through his media that he's going to do heavy propaganda. To all right, blame the ministry, man. All right, and then you have Jake. All right, niggas are doing a terrific job of helping, man, because we know he's going to do it and it has to happen, but we don't promote aiding this man, with the BS, man. Okay, like the brother said, Jake, at the shooting range, Jake at camp, one brother got 7 guns on him, man. Okay, one man, you got guns every goddamn where, on your knee, on your side, on your back, on your shoulder. Then you got the AR beside you. You're like, God damn. You see, which a gun ain't wicked, man, but understanding the situation we in. Okay, but poor leadership is a part of it, and it has to, play out like that. Okay. But you see, this image, Esau, he can run with this, man. Okay? Yep, the water, brother. So we go into propaganda. This is Brother Bayan Yasha Ali said information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular, all right, political cause or point of view, man. Okay, and he's going to make it seem like brothers are the biggest threat, okay, to the safety of humanity, man. Okay. So expect that narrative to this devil to run with that narrative, man. Okay, let's go here. All right, this is the brother Beyond Yasha Island. 1 Peter 5:8. Be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walk about seeking whom he may devour, man. Okay, and it says be sober, be diligent, man. You mean to be aware. You're sober, you're aware, alert. Okay. Is it the scripture say, be not ignorant in anything small or great. Okay, and we watch these things, man, because we know, all right, how the devil gets down. It's not going to be fair, man. Okay, don't expect nothing fair. All right, expect betrayal, expect people, that love you to death. All right, to turn on you. Okay, when this propaganda goes forth, man. All right. Yahushua warned us of all these things, man. All right. This second Corinthians 2:11 in the NLT, so that Satan would not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes, man. We know, all right, that this has the potential, okay, to go a certain way. Okay. We know the devil can spin this a lot of ways, man. Okay. So we're not ignorant of how this man gets down. Okay. But that's the point. I believe the point made. Lord will. You brothers, all right, and you sisters edified. Just wanted to go into that this morning. Okay, and you can keep watching, man. Keep watching. Keep growing in faith. Being established, being rooted. Because it's gonna come a time where things are gonna change, and it's gonna go into another phase, man. Okay, so and the water, for tuning in. Lord will, you was edified. Till next time, say Shalom. All right, Kwam Yashala, a Bible ball soon, Shalom.